Hi, this is just a quick video on me replacing the hard drive in my all-in-one computer. It's a Samsung, it says so there, Samsung. It's a DP700A3D, manufactured in 2013. So, as you can probably guess, it's slowed down a bit. Right, so specs of this, it's got 8GB of RAM, so Intel Core i3, 1TB mechanical hard drive running at 5,400 RPM. So yeah, so it started to slow down a bit. So the best thing that I can do, which I've read about online, is to change the internal hard drive. So I'm going to change it to Western Digital 1TB blue NAND. I've done some research online. This is one of the best you can get in my price range. Hard drive cost £85 from Amazon. The enclosure cost £6. And what I've done is I've cloned the internal hard drive onto this. So the plan is I can just swap them out, and then it'll just boot from this like it normally would. Right, so tools. What we need to do is we need to set back off. What tools have I got? I've got Phillips screwdriver, not the best. This one's essential. Bread knife. So I'm going to use this to lever it off. Right, so for 10 over, I will try and do some close-ups because I don't know if you can see. Right, where are the screws? Right, so the screws, I'll try and point to them. Maybe if I lift it up. There's a screw under there, one there, and there's only two on this one. On the opposite side, there's another one there. So what we need to do is we need to unscrew both of these, take the screws out, slide this underneath cautiously, so don't ram it in, don't go crazy, and just lever it off. So Alicia just pries off. So we're going to leave it off all around the bottom, and then there's some clips at the top. Some clips at the top, then they should just slide off. So yeah, we'll give that a go now. Right, so let's get them clips off. The clips, screws even, so just do one at a time. Take time, there's no rush. So that's one, just keep them safe. Sorry. Right, that's better, that's one out. So there's the one on the opposite side. Right, so checking the clips out, there's one, screws, I keep saying clips, there's one there, come from there, and the other one, which is on the opposite side, is there. Right, so that's both them clips out. And now, cautiously, just need to set the back off. Right, so if you can see that, I've just slid it in very, very tiny amount. I'm just going to work it around the outside, just teasing it off. Right, teasing it off, not breaking it off. Apparently there is a difference. Right, okay. So it should just pop off. Hopefully, I think make sure that's in the down position. Well, that was a pop, not a break, I think. There we go. Right, that's it, easy. We've now got the back off. Alright, so we'll put that aside. And now we have the back exposed. So right, so this is the back. Oops. Right, so finish with this. Right, so what we've got, this is what we want. This is the hard drive, this is the mechanical one. Want to replace it. This is a 2.5 inch mechanical hard drive, and we're going to replace it with the 2.5 inch SSD. So I'm hoping it'll just be a straight swap out. So we need to take that out. Also, you've got the RAM. This is the RAM here. That's also accessible from the lid on the outside. And yeah, don't really ask me what anything else is. I think that's, I don't know, GPU, CPU. I don't know. Okay. Right, so you need to get your static out of your body. So you can do this just by touching anywhere on the outside of the casing, and it just takes the static away like magic. So we need to undo this clip. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the computer down to do this because it'll be easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to undo this clip, slide this wire out, trying our best to not disturb it, because I believe this supplies the LCD. And then we've got some screws. Again, I'll try and get some close-ups in a minute. We've got some screws, we've got one there. Oh, is that the housing? Stand by. Actually, we'll take these side ones out. So we've just got two on each side. There's one there, one there, one there, and one there. So we're going to take them out, tease this cable out at the bottom, and then just swap it out. Right, so first hiccup. I know what I need to do, but I don't have the right tools for the job. So this screwdriver, which is fine for taking off the casing, is just a tiny bit too big for these screws that are holding the hard drive in place. So what I need to do is, well, I need to get a new screwdriver. I need to get one that's smaller. I've not got one, so I'll need to pop out to the shops and get one. So I will end it here, and I'll be back with the right size screwdriver. Then we'll get this out and we'll just swap it over the new one. Right, thank you. Right, so I'm back. I've got the right size screwdriver, I think. If not, I found my little bag of bits with it. So let's crack on. Right, so as I said before, we're going to unseat this cable. So let's just do that now. So lift up the black flap and it just pulls out. So the black flap, it just kind of pinches it down. Right, so I think what I'm going to do is, because this one here is actually quite hard to get to, I don't think I'm going to be able to undo the screw. So I'm going to just take the housing out. That I think it'll probably be easier. And just sort it once it's out. Yep. There's one, don't want to lose those. Two. Three. Right, so let's have a look. Yeah. Right, so as you can see, that's the housing now loose. So now what I want to do is I want to unplug this cable gently, because I don't want to disturb this other wire too much. Come on, right. So there it is. That's the old hard drive in its housing. So what I want to do is obviously I want to keep the housing. So there's some more screws. You can see 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. So I want to undo both these, slide the hard drive out, slide the new hard drive in, do up the screws again, attach the cable, and then screw it back into the computer. Right, so that's my screwdriver. Right, okay, and there we have it. There's the hard drive, and there's the housing, believe it or not. It's not what I imagined. So it's helpful if you take note of which way it came in. So it's that way. So yeah, then we'll just reverse the process. So that's the new one. Just slide in the housing. Then I want to put these 4 screws back into this one.
My dear friend, where have you been? Where have you gone? What did you win? Someone there, are you listening? Is it too late? My dear friend, we felt the sunshine, we found the gold. We thought we'd be forever young, but now I know we can't keep floating, we have to fall. This is the beat of broken hearts, is it all lost? We can't go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast. My dear friend, you know I give in. Been waiting so long to feel it. All of these years I've been listening. Are you all so numb? Do you still pretend? We felt the sunshine, we found the gold. We thought we'd be forever young, but now I know we can't keep floating, we have to fall.
It helps if you take note of like which way around it goes, because I've just tried to put this in and nothing's lining up. So I need to undo these screws again and just reverse it. So it should match up. Right, so now I've got the hard drive the right way. It's if I had the housing all reversed, now it's the right way, hopefully. So just need to put it in, then fire up. No, need to put it in, reconnect this, reconnect the SATA connection, and then screw the housing back into the PC, then just reconnect that LCD wire. So let's get to it.
Caught up in the flashing light, keeps it dead in my mind, leading me on like it's whatever. We could go on, but we should know better. We can go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast. We can go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast.
Done. At least it should be done. So that should now be done. All I need to do is, well, before I put the case back on, I'm just going to plug it in and turn it on. Hopefully it'll turn on. So let's find out. Right, so far so good. With what we've just basically done is replace the old mechanical hard drive with the new solid state drive. So as I said earlier, this solid state drive in the price bracket I was looking at is, well, from what I was reading, about the best one that you can buy. It's about the best one you can buy because it has, I believe, 400 terabytes written performance. That means, so this is a 1 terabyte hard drive. You can overwrite the full hard drive 400 times before it starts to corrupt, and I'm led to believe that's like decades worth of use. So there's that reason. And there's also the speed. While most SSDs advertise read and write speeds of 500 megabytes per second, bear in mind I now won't achieve this kind of speed over SATA 2. The difference between the Western Digital one is it can maintain those speeds. So, because I was also looking at a Kingston one, with Kingston ones, once the buffer's saturated, the read-write speed like drops dramatically to like 70 megabytes per second, down from 500 plus. So yeah, that's a hard drive. I've just plugged it in. I've not turned it on yet. My fingers are crossed that it will turn on and it'll work. Right, so let's flick it around. That was the computer. Right. It's a good start. Works. And we're on. How about that? That's seemed pretty fast. I'm not sure how fast, but I did do some timings with the with this old hard drive. I was timing it from a boot up to launching Google Chrome to Google. I did some timings on that. I'll do some timings on this new SSD as well for comparison, so you get an idea for speed. But yeah, straight away you can just tell it seems a lot faster. Well, maybe you can't. I can, because it used to take about 4 minutes to boot up and to get to like a usable state. So far it's been, I don't know, a minute. I don't know, and it seems alright. That light there is not really flashing. That must mean it's alright. Yeah, so yeah, all's good. Right, so I'll do a couple of speed test videos.
leading me on like it's whatever. We could go on, but we should know better. We can go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast. We can go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast.
Right, so that's all done. I think you'll agree the difference in boot up times at least is mega. It's amazing. 'Cause before it was taking, well, I'll put the times on screen, but from memory it took about 4.5 minutes I think to get to this stage from boot up, and now it's took about 35 seconds, which is an absolutely amazing difference. So if you have a bit more speed in your PC, I highly recommend getting not one of these, but an SSD, and replacing your old mechanical drive. It really does make a hell of a lot of difference. I'd say I did look at upgrading RAM, but after a quick Google search, anything over 8 gig for general day-to-day computing is pretty much pointless, and you won't see much of a difference. The biggest improvement you can make for your money is by changing your mechanical hard drive to an SSD, and as you've just seen, the boot up time is astonishing. Right, so yeah, all I did with the SSD is I bought this external enclosure which comes with a cable, connect it via USB, then clone the old internal hard drive to the new SSD. I used a program called Macrium Reflect. It's quite straightforward to use. I had a look at a couple of YouTube videos, dead easy. It took about 3 hours to copy 500 gig. That's how much data is on this hard drive, to copy 500 gig from this to new SSD. And in total, it's taken me probably 20 minutes to physically swap it out. Bear in mind, I don't really know what I'm doing. I've seen a couple of videos. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to use this as a new external hard drive. I'm just going to plug it into this enclosure and just use it as a backup, because why wouldn't I? That's what you should do. That's what I recommend doing. But yeah, I think that's everything. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps. Any questions, give us a shout, but I probably won't be able to help. But ask away. Okay, bye.